One of the most interesting divisions this year in the big leagues has been the AL Central. There have been a bunch of storylines in this division with looking like three teams that will fight for the division title. Looks like it'll be the Minnesota Twins, the Chicago White Sox, and maybe even the Cleveland Indians. It is one of those divisions where there is not a runaway team. And that's what makes this division so interesting. My name is Derek. You're watching Who's Going to Win the AL Central on Bleacher Brawls, and let's dive into it. Who's going to win the AL Central this year? So to start out here, let's just go over the standings here as of recording. Minnesota is 22-16. The White Sox are 18-19. The Guardians are 16-19. And then Kansas City's 14-22, Detroit's 13-25. Minnesota leads the division. The White Sox are 3.5 games back. Cleveland's 4.5 games back. And then the Royals and Tigers are 7 and 9 games back, respectively. This division is going to be very interesting because so far it seems like only one team from this division is going to make the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be the division winner, and then the wild cards are going to come from the AL East and from the AL West. Yes, there are 3 wild cards, but as of right now, in the American League, the 3 wild cards are the Rays, Angels, and Blue Jays, and then the White Sox are the best team that don't have a wild card spot, but they're 1.5 games back. Could they obviously pull that back? Yes, obviously, but it seems though as it's going to be hard for 2 teams in that division to make the playoffs, and that's what makes winning this division will be so important, more important than any other division. If you look at the AL East, if you finish second in the AL East, you'll still probably be a wild card team. But in the AL Central, you might finish second and still miss the playoffs. So this division this year might be the most important division in baseball when you look at it. Then also too, you got to look at the teams. The White Sox have struggled out the gates. They've had a bunch of injuries. But you could say that they're just injured right now. They're going to come back, and once they're healthy, they'll start playing well. But the question is, will they truly be healthy, and can they play well once they are healthy? That's still not 100% for sure. They're not guaranteed to play well when they're healthy. The Twins have started out this year very well. Carlos Correa and Byron Buxton are the 2 best players, which is good, except for the fact that they both can be injury prone. So there are questions there on can they stay healthy. That's going to be a big question for them. And Miguel Sano's on a 60-day IL, so they don't have him. So is Kenta Maeda, so they don't have them long term. And so is Chris Paddock, Paddock and Maeda both have Tommy John. They won't be here this year. And I'm guessing Sano won't be because he has a torn meniscus. So the Twins are already missing some key pitching and a key bat in their lineup. So can they keep up the pace? They've only 5-5 in their last 10, but that could be good enough to win the division. And then you have Cleveland, who yes, they've lost 3 in a row, they've lost 6 of their last 10. But you take out those last 3, it's 4-3 and 7, and we all know you win 4 out of 7. That's a win in the playoffs. It's a series win in the playoffs. And that puts you on a 92-game pace. Cleveland is 16-19 this year so far. Only 4.5 games back though, and their roster isn't bad. They do have Jose Ramirez, who today fouled a ball off his leg, got taken out the game. So we'll see if he'll be healthy. But it is very interesting to see what can happen with this Cleveland team. You look at their roster, and there's not a bunch of big names besides Jose Ramirez, but they've kind of gotten contributions here and there from everyone, and their pitching staff is pretty good. You got Emmanuel Clase at the back in the bullpen. I love Clase. He's very good. And their rotation's good. Bieber hasn't been Cy Young Bieber from 2020, but still Shane Bieber. So you have Tristan McKenzie, Zach Plesac as their top 3 guys in that rotation, and it's a good rotation. But the thing is, can that offense produce and not just be Jose Ramirez and everyone else? They're going to need a couple guys to step up, and even pitching wise too. When you go and look at Minnesota here, you look at Minnesota, and you have Buxton and you have Carlos Correa. We also have Jorge Polanco, who's very underrated. One of the better second basemen in baseball, in my opinion, when he's on. And then you got a good mix of guys throughout the lineup. You got Luis Ariz, you got Kepler, even Gary Sanchez, you got Gio Urshela. So there's a good mix of guys. Also have a Kyle Garlick. There's a good mix of guys, and they right now obviously Snell's injured, and Trevor Larnack is injured right now. He'll be back at some point. But you look at their pitching. Joe Ryan's been lights out this year, like lights out. And then it's kind of filled with veterans who we're not 100% sure how to do. Sonny Gray, I'd say, probably has the best chance of being the number 2 starter over the course of a season, but we'll see. They do have Chris Archer, Dylan Bundy, and they also have Devin Smeltzer to close out the rotation. The one guy in their bullpen I'm really looking at, though, is Yohan Duran. The Twins don't really have a closer, but Yohan Duran has looked ridiculous, and he's throwing 102 miles per hour with this 97-mile-per-hour splinker, as it's being called, which is it's like a mix between a splitter and a sinker, so splinker. But it's hard. It's basically hard, 97 miles per hour, but it gets the movement of a splitter. Then he also has a slider. So if he can take that closer spot, the Twins will be in a very good spot. But they have to stay healthy. That's the big thing with the Twins. They have to stay healthy, and that could be a problem with them, with Buxton and Correa being 2 guys who have been injured before. And then the White Sox, who are the team that are struggling with injuries. Eloy Jimenez is injured. Lance Lynn's injured. Aaron Bummer and Garrett Crochet are injured. So that's a decent amount of guys. And there's still some other guys who are just getting back from injury, who haven't played a bunch this year. So there's still room for them to continue to grow, and get these guys back healthy, hopefully, because they're going to need them. The White Sox will. The White Sox will need these guys healthy to be able to win this division. Their bullpen, their back on their bullpen looks elite. Liam Hendricks, Kendall Graveman, and then when everyone's healthy, you also have Aaron Bummer, Garrett Crochet. You would also have, I'm pretty sure they signed Joe Kelly in the offseason. Lance Lynn, when he comes out, you make that rotation look a lot better with him, Cease, Giolito, Keuchel, and Vince Velasquez has been pretty decent this year. They have Johnny Cueto at the back end right now, that rotation. So yeah, it's a very interesting situation. Detroit and Kansas City, they're kind of already out of it. Yes, they're only 7 to 9 games back, but unless they go on a massive run, I just don't see it happening. So we'll focus on the top 3 teams. But it's very interesting to see what's going to happen, because there are a lot of different scenarios that could happen, a lot of different scenarios that could make sense. If we start looking at some of the stats here, we look at weighted runs created plus. In the American League, Minnesota's 4th. They're right behind Houston, who's in 3rd, the Angels 2nd, the Yankees in 1st. The Twins have been very good, 113 team weighted runs created plus. You go and look at Cleveland. Cleveland's 5th with 110 weighted runs created plus. Here's been the problem struggle with Chicago. They only have an 88 weighted runs created plus. That puts them 12th in the American League. Their offense has struggled. Now they have had injuries, which would say why they've struggled, but they've still struggled regardless, injuries or not. You would figure injuries are going to happen at some point to almost every team. So you have to deal with them. It's not an excuse for not playing well, injuries. Obviously, you can you can go in hindsight, be like, oh, well, guys were injured and da. But as a team, you're trying to build a team that can make the playoffs and win a World Series, and you have to be prepared for injuries, because at some point, someone's going to get injured during the season. It's just how it's going to work. Pitching wise, when you look at ERA in the American League, the Twins have been very good. The Twins are 3rd with a 3.35 ERA. The White Sox are 8th with a 3.75 ERA, and Cleveland has struggled. They're got a 4.16 TMRA at 14th. When you look at FIP, for the FIP, it's sorted the wrong way real quick. Let me fix that. All right, for FIP, the White Sox are 3rd with a 3.64 FIP. The Twins are 5th with a 3.65 FIP. 3.71 FIP, and Cleveland is got a 4.07 FIP. That's 14th. And look at expected FIP. From the team perspective, the Twins are 5th with a 3.72 expected FIP, compared to the 3.71 actual FIP. And then then Cleveland is 14. Oh, I missed the White Sox. The White Sox are 6-6. So they're also a 372 expected FIP compared to their actual FIP at 364. And Cleveland is 14th with a 413 expected FIP. Compare that to their 407 at actual FIP. So there's two sides of it. Cleveland has struggled pitching wise. The White Sox have struggled offensively, but Cleveland's been better offensively. They're 5th in the American League waiting runs created plus, and the White Sox have been better pitching. They're around 4th to 6th in the pitching stats. So whereas Minnesota's around top 5 in both, if not top 5, but they're not pushing like elite levels at either thing, though. They're not just ripping the cover off the ball, and the pitching has been ridiculous. It's been good. Don't get me wrong. It's been good, but it hasn't been this out of the world. Their ERA is much better than the underlying numbers of the FIP and the expected FIP. So they are outperforming what the underlying numbers are saying, which is good for the Twins. But we'll see if they can keep it up throughout the whole course of a season. And like I said, they got to stay healthy, especially offensively, because Correa and Buxton are big parts of that lineup. If the Twins were to lose both of Correa and Buxton, you're probably going to have Royce Lewis at shortstop, which is a very good prospect, but is he ready to play shortstop on a playoff team? Probably, and be one of the bigger pieces? Probably not. And then at center field, you can probably sub in like a Kyle Garlick or Gilberto Celestino, or maybe Trevor Larnach when he gets healthy. But you're not replacing Byron Buxton. You're not replacing Carlos Correa. You're just not. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to replace those guys. Those are easily, like, far and away their two best hitters, far and away two best position players. It's not close. And also, too, Correa just won a platinum glove. Buxton's no slouch defensively. So they would be huge losses to the Twins. And I think that's the big question with the Twins. If we're getting into who I think would win the division, as of right now, today on Thursday, May 19th, the day before this video is uploaded, I would go with the Minnesota Twins to win this division. I think they'll be able to stay healthy, and the White Sox are already showing signs of being injured. And I just don't think Cleveland has enough pitching to really make the run to win the division. So if I'm being forced to pick, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Twins to win this division. It's going to be a tough division. Do not get me wrong. It could be the NL East of last year, where the team who comes out of it could be very good, but they'll be battle tested because it's such a tight division. But also, too, they won't be looked as highly because they won't have as many wins. They might only win 88 games and win the division. I'm not saying whoever wins this division is going to win the World Series. I'm just saying that it might be a lower win total compared to the other divisions. That's what it seems like. That's just really what it seems like. It doesn't look like anyone's going to really run away with that division. And it seems like it's going to be tight, which makes it even more likely that the win total isn't going to be super high when it's this competitive and no team's just running away. When you look at the AL East, for example, the Yankees are already 5.5 games up at 28-9. You look at the AL West, the Astros are 24-14 and they're game ahead of the Angels, but that's close. But both the teams are good. The other teams in the division haven't done so hot. You look at the NL East, the Mets are already starting to run away with it. The NL East, the NL Central, the Milwaukee's already starting to run away with it a little bit. They're already 3.5 games up. And the NL West, that is the tightest division in baseball. That the Dodgers are 25-12. They're only 2 games ahead of the Padres and only 3 games ahead of the Giants. And the Rockies and Diamondbacks are both just under 500. They could maybe even be in a mix for a playoff spot if they can get hot at some point this year. So it's going to be very interesting, though. But back to the AL Central, just seeing it's going to be that division in the big leagues this year where they may not have a high win total, but be careful because this team's going to, whoever wins division will get home field advantage in that wild card series. And they're going to be able to, maybe make some noise in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting, though, to see where the winner of this division falls in the playoffs, where they what's the word I'm like, where the winner of this division, where do they find their success? Right now, the White Sox offensively are struggling. Right now, the Guardians are struggling with pitching. Right now, Minnesota's done a lot better pitching wise than the underlying numbers have shown. And then they've been well offensively. But the main thing for the Twins is health. That's the main thing for them. It's health. Can they stay healthy? I don't know if they can, but if I had to make a bet right now, that my money's going on the Twins. There's no doubt about it. My money would be on the Twins. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I got the Twins winning the AL Central this year. Who do you guys have? Let us know down in the comments. We'd like to know. Make sure to check out all our previous Red Sox game recaps. We're doing them right after every game. They go up the morning after, so make sure to check them out. On Wednesday, we did a Brain Bale prospect pipeline, the Red Sox #1 pitching prospect, #4 overall prospect in the system. On Monday, we put up a video on the Los Angeles Angels. Are the Angels legit contenders? Make sure to check that out. Find my thoughts on the Angels. Next Monday, this Monday coming up, we will have a video covering the New York Yankees. On Wednesday, we'll have a Brandon Walter prospect pipeline. And then on Friday, we will be covering the Baltimore Orioles. So there are some fun videos coming. We also still have some game recaps that will be coming out every day after the Red Sox game, so make sure to check those out. Make sure to check out the Bleacher Brawls Twitter, Instagram, the Crew's Twitters, all the socials, everything will be down in the description. So make sure to check them out. Make sure to look in the description. If there's anything I'm forgetting, it'll be in the description. So make sure to check all that stuff out. Make sure to check out our Twitter, follow our Twitter. We will be doing Twitter Spaces. Make sure to check that out. Also make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we post. If you don't want to hit it, we'll just be posting every day, so you can just check in on our channel every day. My name is Derek. You just watched who will win the AL Central video here on Bleacher Brawls. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.